She don't want me. She don't want me. But I tell her, yes I tell her. Ration nimbo linza. Ration nimbo linza. Ration nimbo linza. Ration nimbo linza. Now you are number one. Was so God, I could come on a good your man go back one. I tell you that, but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever. But you made me beg, Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? But why? Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Jewelry, dollar bills, many things don't mean nothing. For as long as you got my heart. Yeah. I watch your number, come on, Sikumanyi Uruni Jakwete Gereza. I tell yes, I tell no, I tell baby, let's take it slow. You were my number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never a bad part. You made me beg, Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? But why? But you never ever take what I say. See, I need you. But you do what you do ever again. Rock my world, it goes around and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Can I tell you this? When I some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Nothing's gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. Okay, man. Tell me what it is, you know. Listen. I was on again, I can't go night. Everyone's up to tally out tonight. I see the gun in a rip pull out. You roll and see them, tell them what you get tonight. Appetite, satisfied. Girl, give me chance, I know you're mine. Say, what a summer, show you your
excuse me, posing the color when when you got the way I got I need a man who can love me. Love is a sovereignty. I take a brother penalty. We're sorting it, we're loading it. We're not for no wrong coding it. Don't be what it is, so what's up? Hurry up, don't be what it is, so I don't know what you must do later. Don't be what it is, so I know what you want to do. Another way, give me what I need. Give me what you need, on it, move it. Cause that's how they see my body, my looks, be protected.
That's what they got me. She said, she thinks she is my background, you know. No, you tell her this. Tell her you wanted to say, yeah. She goes away, you know, she goes. That's why she say every time. Until I want this everything. Okay, man. Tasha. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Today is a Monday, Muyombia Mark. That's David Klaje, Edinya Liazeyo, that's David Klaje, VIP, good morning. Saidi Mukose, good morning. Ronald Muchwa, Cleo Karunji, Nyenje Henry, or Henry Modern Juice. And Chitav, I don't know how to read that. Nambasa Stewart, good morning. Seriko Starch, Kennedy, UK. Guys, Amanya Gazeyo, you rename your channels again. I don't know what happened there, but somehow that happened. That's a very good statement. Be autism aware. You guys know that autism exists. The people that have not yet had kids, you need to remember that there's autism. Find out what causes autism, because autism is not, from what I know, it is not hereditary. It's not something that that can move from father to mother, especially if the mother or father did not have autism. But it's something that your child can get if the mother is not taken very good care of when she's pregnant, or if the mother is negligent. That can happen. So, guys, find out how that happens, especially the men, because most of the time we as men, and then omukazi wazaala omuntu after 14 days. Sekamate, good morning. When your woman has an autistic child, then we want to normally blame them. It's we were not in the know as well. So wobato walito manyi why it was like that. So let's autism. In Uganda, the kids are by name minene ejitera kuba ovo nga tebategeera bulungi. Sometimes amaaso gaabwe nago gaba manene, their tongues are out. Abeerawo abaana betwagambanga nti bazadde baabwe babasaddaaka. I don't know if you remember that. Nebaga oyo bamuwongamu ebintu okitegeera. Most of them are autistic children, balina autism. Baba tebabawongayo. From what I saw, n'abaana abazaalibwa olumu nga balina spinal cord damages, it comes from a mother getting pregnant and not being taken care of very well. Yeah. Olumu, most of the time it's diet, but then ebisere ebirala omukazi okubonyaabonyezebwa when she's pregnant. All same VIP good morning, savage good morning. When a woman is mistreated when she's pregnant, yeah, that affects the baby. When a woman doesn't eat a balanced diet, doesn't go for proper antenatal visits, that also affects the baby. You get it? But also sometimes it's genetics, but not all the time, because there's a family where I saw where they had twins, but one twin was normal, the other was not normal. It probably might mean that this other twin, and I'm not a doctor, guys, because someone might come and say, but I've seen a family where Muzei Damulaini. I've seen a family where they had twins, but one of the kids had a defect with his body. The other kid doesn't have a defect with the body. You get, the other was totally normal. In a wheelchair. Now, speaking from what I've learned over the years, it could mean that while the mother was pregnant, one child probably got very good care because they were twins, and the other did not. And the woman has other children that are very normal. But then also later I learned that the mother, the father, the mother, family that also affects children. So try to find a way to have healthy babies, because a kid that is not healthy is very expensive, is very stressful. You'll find that most families that actually have babies like that, the mother and father are not peaceful at all. Both of them, each one is blaming the other for what happened to their baby. You get it? So it's simply just better for you to make sure that you have healthy babies. Richard Aki, good morning. Musagum, good morning. So the people that have not had children, I hope that's a good. I don't know how that was a coincidence for us to meet Natka, but it's important. Even the tests that you guys are supposed to go for when you fall in love, you forget about the testing. Yeah, avoided. If you decide to like Mukisa Emma Kafero, good morning. If you decide to fall in love with a person that has risk factors, or probably they could cause a disease to your child, then don't have children. I find that that's better. It's really signaling rain. I think so guys, today is Money Smart Monday. Money Smart Monday, and I wanted us to talk about, now this topic is very delicate these days. It's very delicate, but I cannot stop talking about it. How to turn your car into cash. 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 Okufula oteke ofule emoloka yo ogitekemo ebenge ye sente. Now, in the past, when we had these discussions, we would talk about how you can make money with your car, yeah, and why this is always a topic that I find okay to talk about is because most of the time when we buy cars, yeah, everyone is looking at a car that is not going to drain them, a car that is not going to make them lose money in the end, yeah, and that's totally okay. But the reason why we are always looking for that is because we don't have a lot of money. As a country, generally, as a country, we don't have a lot of money, and then it trickles down to all individuals. But the things that we oftentimes forget include the maintenance that will very much affect you. Yeah, the maintenance will also come in handy. I remember when I bought my Vitz in 2000, I bought it in 2018, and for me, the fuel consumption was to die for. It was very good on fuel. Ate ebiseera byamufuta galinga baga 3 oba 2 na 3 nga 5 now. It was okay. Enkuba eri mu kutonnya. And the VITS was very good. But then my VITS started failing on things that, and I was using it for Uber, which was okay. And at that time, Uber was still profitable because you do like 10 trips and then Uber, the company, gives you like a 40K. You get, and then that will supplement the income you made from the trips. Yeah, and that was okay. The same thing with the company that was called Taxify. Then I'm not sure what it's called right now. And then other apps came, Ori Rides, and a bunch of apps that came from Kenya and Tanzania. And then guys were driving for those apps. And the cars, people bought cars actually. I shared the story of how I met some dude, I think sometime last week, and then he stopped me. They have been stopping me for some time, but they did not know how to operate their apps. They did not know how to operate their apps, so they did not know how to show me their earnings. So this time the dude stops me, and I think he has learned how to go to the earnings section, and he shows me that the week before, the one we met in, he had made a 1.5 million shillings. That week, now, he's using an app called Special. And it's an app that literally just deals with the corporate customers. They have contracts with banks like Equity, like Stanbic, Standard Chartered, and stuff like that. And all they have to do is make sure they have drivers and have fuel. These guys don't pay with cash. And he had made a 1.5er. Now, and he was telling me, you know what, Arthur, for me with this app, I can even make 5 million shillings. But he had a bunch of other apps that were still on the screen that included Uber, Safecar. He had a bunch of apps that were open at that time. And for me, normally my argument is, yes, you make the 1.5, but how much do you use in expenses? You get. And then this is where he was telling me the tricks that he uses. And one of the tricks that he uses is that because it's a corporate app. So what he does, if he gets a client from like Equity Bank, he drives that person. Let's say the person from Equity Bank is going to, let's say it's going to Pusega. So he drives the person to Pusega, and then probably even brings him back. But then he talks to this customer that is brought to Pusega and brought back to the bank. Says, you know what? Let me leave the app running. Right? And then he leaves the app running for like 5 hours. Cut app more running for 5 hours. Yeah, customer app and stuff like that. Your app, and that's how he makes a lot of money. And then I was open with him and I told him there are people like Arthur that will not do things like that. And I told him nakubanga panado Uber, and then it came to a time where I was really not feeling good about it. And that's how I ended up quitting. The guys that were not feeling bad about doing like panadoling people are still even in the business panadoling even up to now, because there comes new methods of panadoling all the time. And I told him, this is now your method of panado, but guys are going to come up with other methods of panado very soon, and then your methods will not be working. I say, yeah, I totally understand, but you know, I can make 5 million using 1.5. And I told him, but you know, it's impossible under normal circumstances. Trick system. But if you don't cheat the system, it's quite hard for you to do that. Now, I've also had an experience. I've had an experience at a certain school where teachers were charging parents for coaching their kids in the evening coaching, weekend coaching, and they're coaching them a lot of money. And the thing is, while they were charging parents that much money, they were changing cars like nothing. Until the system finally caught up with them, and the system now, the administrators of the system understood how these guys were cheating. So they say, you know what, we are changing the system. They shifted the system, and now people drive cars for 7 years without changing because the system caught up with them. Guys, double tap the screen to like the broadcast. If that doesn't work, find the 3 dots on the right hand corner of your screen. Yeah, right hand corner of your screen. Upper right hand upper corner, upper right hand corner, the upper right hand corner of your screen. Find that one, click the dots, the 3 dots, and then down on your screen there will come options which include like, and then you like the broadcast. You can share the broadcast also if you want. So we're talking about how to turn your car into cash. Now I'm going to be honest, guys. When I had just bought my first car, my Chivina, one way for me to make sure that I made money from my car, at that time the Northern Bypass was still a new thing, and the taxis that that worked on the Northern Bypass were also few. And at that time, when I was still at campus, at that time one of the things that I did is that I would drive passengers. I'd go to Busega, get passengers, like 5-6 passengers, drive them all the way to Boyogere. Now in Boyogere still, I'd get other passengers, yeah, and drive them all the way to Busega. And I'll do like 4 rounds. And I was at campus. Chivina doesn't die. The Toyota Corona 190 just doesn't die. And I'll do it. And that's how I survived the first couple of weeks or couple of months. And why I was able to do that, let me just shift the microphone. The rain is too much. Let me just put the microphone here. Why I was able to do that is that the Northern Bypass transport system was not yet moderated. And everyone that had a car could come and drive taxi there. That's how I was able to do that. But then they started moderating the Northern Bypass taxi system. So we could not make money anymore. Then at campus, one of the other things I did was I would drive people, abagenda kukwanjura bachali bange, abagenda ku parties and stuff like that. That's the other thing I did to make a bit of money, to make sure that my car doesn't go off the road. And it worked. Every weekend there was a friend of mine that went to the beach. There was a friend of mine that was going to their home for a function, or there was a friend that wanted to impress a girl and stuff like that. But then as time went on, other people bought cars and they started tapping into the market, and then that dwindled. And then I started hiring out my car for certain weekends, which wasn't a very good thing, because I would hire out my car to someone, and then that person would either bring back my car in a sorry state, or they'll just not bring it back at a time that we agreed. And then when that happened, I wasn't really happy. So I stopped doing that. Then I went back to depending on whatever money I could make. But then at campus, I don't know, I survived. Of course, girlfriends, those helped me. So the car, some of them, I saw a meme where a chick was saying that abasajja bayine moroka bagagga paka ngota afuse bao. Wafuka bao, then you start understanding that this person actually did not have money at all. He just had a car. So I think at campus I was sort of in that circle of the young men that had cars, and then yeah, the girlfriend would think you'd have money and stuff, but somehow I always had fuel. So now we are adults. How are we going to turn these cars into money making schemes? Now personally, Zenga Arthur, I have never bought a car that would not make me a bit of money. I've always found a way of like converting whatever I do into money that the car shares with whatever I do. That's like, for starters, when I bought the Chivina yona jigula because I had a company, ngatweta go kutambula, a theater company, and we needed to take our shows to schools. And remember, one of the reasons why I bought the car was because one of my friends at the time was trying to call na yangoba mumodoka kaite yangoba technically, but theoretically yango because he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone. And I bought that car to ease transportation when we were going for shows, and it worked. It worked very well because my shows would go on very smoothly, and I did that for a very long time. And because then I branded the car, and then it worked out. Now, moving on from the Chivina, the next car I bought was a Caldina. I bought a Chikumi, I think, along the way. but I bought a nyongeza because I had sound equipment. Enyongeza nga njiteka mu disco ne tugenda. Then I also had a Caldina at a certain period at certain time. Ila Caldina ngerika katanda and I would use it for money. Then I bought a Dudu Town S van. Still the Town S van would give me a lot of space to take away into, and it was cheap. My first Town S van najigura million nyane chitundu. You get oba satunga chinana ndowoza nya chitundu. That was like cheap, really cheap. And then it worked for me for a very good amount of time. And then I did cottage industry for some time. Still I used the Dudu. And it worked for me. So basically in Zenga Arthur, I've never bought a car that I could not do math for and explain how that car is bringing back the money that I bought it for, or the fuel money that I'm using. So that's how I've always been. But how do you do it in the end? Gwe. Asha Case, good morning. Mr. Arthur, are the tickets for the convention open for sale? Or I have here Dash's ticket. Wanted to send you yesterday. Can I send it? Oh yes, Starch. Dash ona worry sentezo is a ticket instead of Starch as Saturday. Starch events. Tell kuebuzabuza oyino kujja ku convention. Thank you, Starch. You can send. Ngenda kueleza na receipt kati. Ngenda kueleza na receipt. Okay, someone is going to send you a receipt. The moment I receive it. Thank you very much. Council Patrick Asiku, yes. Charlie Sima Rogers, good morning. Ogena guna kaundo Amina Rogers. Sambira Daniel VIP, good morning. Katino kano kajamu ngenda cover ako ngenda kuba akataka. Zo jamu oyo nedda. Paka ngafunye hybrid. Juma Ali, good morning. So anyway, right now we are adults and we have families, and we already know that a car is not just a luxury. A car is a necessity. It's something that we need. And in the past, the car might have not been a necessity because people took taxis, the borders were few, the accidents were fewer basically. Elanga accident bagendo ga muntu yafuda accident ngamumanya banange motoka giyabadde erabika yaweddewo. Now these days omuntu afuna accident like the CBS journalist that we have been seeing in the news past couple of days. You saw the CBS journalist, he fell off a border and died. Of course, now the wife, when I saw the news, the wife reported that the guy had a heart problem already. So it could have been that omutima gwesibye. That's what she says. The doctors told her omutima gwesibye, and I really want to behave sometimes, but mukama akusasiranga busasi zinota na babala misbehaving ate ng'ogenda kuvaako ngenda vira ku kali akakubo nkyameri okitegeera. Kakati the other day, there is a day I saw a guy that was driving a Sienta. And that guy that was driving a Sienta, gearbox yenge eganye, gearbox ye yafudde. Okitegeera. Kati nga alwana ne moroka wano kasozi. Ngemoroka ebiganye. Eno trade obe mala yo wali kandabe kangeze. Let me try my chances here. Taoba trailer. Ali mugattawo. Oh, trailer ali mugattawo. Madde manya yimiridde ali mugattawo. So anyway, we are adults right now. What is the best way for you to make sure that your car is actually a cash machine? Because that's something that is also possible. Emoroka yeberenge kolera yoka akasente. Emoroka yeberenga yonga yo ngekwayo kaka sente. Nga you're not simply driving like other drivers. Okitegeera kati waliwo abagumba bali abagatta line eri eyo okusatu obalengera bo bagenda kati wano tulina kulinda ffe bano abantu batambule naffe tugende tuveeko wali. Arthur ovuza akataka leero Kim Job waliwo kikuyitirirako olina okutetenkanya, otherwise now I'm 20-30 cars ahead, which is a very good thing. And sometimes go bosala wombo obere mu line oberawo oberenge yasome nnyo oyinza obutavaawo kati enkuba etonya simanyi oba ne gye ngenda okuddukira enkuba etonya. So we are adults, guys. We are talking about it. Now, most of you guys are looking at cars like that one. That's a Ranex. You're looking at Ranexes, you're looking at Alexes, you're looking at Spacios, you're looking at... now, you're looking at cars that can give you both the comfort and the performance while giving you the fuel efficiency that is almost of a Vitz. Sicho? That's what most of you guys are looking for. And it totally makes sense. But what if I told you there is a better way for you to actually buy, for you to buy cars, and then you can buy whatever car you want? One thing that in the Nazura is that every profession there is something that an extra thing that you can do to supplement your income. And when you do that extra thing, then that means you can effectively manage your car and probably even upgrade without depending on a single source of income. Or say, like, today is 30th. We need to file. I need to talk to my accountant. I've just remembered. So I'll give you an example. Like, my accountant has a day job, like where she gets a salary and all. And on top of that day job, where she gets a salary and stuff, she has a second job where she's also accountant. But then she also has people like me. She also has people like me whom she works for. Now again, like returns, like now she's going to do, I think mine is an amendment. Now we are amending returns now. Yeah, we're going to be doing amendments. And then for us, nafe tusasula. So kati, ojja kwesanganga a person like that one, it's very easy for her to be able to manage any sort of car. Bwagatta n'agamba nti, these clients, number 2, number 4, number 5, these clients buy me fuel. Because what do abantu fighting about, you know, I'm thinking about taxes now. You guys have seen those bupandi. Better file by 1st July. So I do VAT returns as well. So bwagatta n'amanya nti nyina ba client amakumi 2. N'amanya nti 4 of my clients are going to buy me fuel. Kitegeeza emmotoka eba terina bwemulema. Okitegeera emmotoka eba terina bwemulema because aba alina ba client abagula amafuta, alina ba client abagula emmere. Okitegeera, which is a very good thing. Which is a very akataka kapayinze off. So tugenda kulira ddala akataka wali. Every person that knows how to drive these roads, these streets, knows nti akataka is the only solution. There is no other way. So we had to join back into the line like that. Kati waliwo abagezi mugenda baraba ab'obugombe nowa taxi n'agoberera kati naye ali mu convoy naye kati fe tugenda viirakaawo. So anyway, every person, like I've been saying, every person in your profession or kunoonya that extra thing, like okolaye ka bajaji akamoroka ka bajaji okalabye kale kakasisi nga bina kaba kase kabanga piki naye nga ate mmotoka ati fe tuviirako wano unosima jamba sabazi nga agenda yompola mpola naye kati eyo kigego ngirabe yombi eri ku UBB na yembi laba buutu bweri enjoche kitegeeza baje kubamu wane emabega. Let me show you. Ogiraba buutu njoche ne gas kitegeeza mmoroka eyo baje kubamu wane emabega wane. So actually, I don't know who funded this, but this is a katamak. It goes all the way up to somewhere. But it would have been nice and the government guys, like the broadcast, find the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner of your phone. Click the 3 dots. And the like option will come down. wansi wano. When the like option comes, wajawo like and dislike and wajawo share and I think a bunch of other options. Just click the like. It's a very good thing. Because of kuba tutonyere. So guys, then someone is going to ask go to Gamba from professions of when we go to countries like the countries where the Twegomba and see the Twegomba and see on the Twegomba, those people bakola second jobs and probably thirds. That's why abantu abamwe bagende ebwerwe ba advancing obulambu bwawe bulongoka okusinga omuntu ali wano because oli omuntu wesanga takola mulimu gumu okitegeera wesanga nga akola emirimu egisukka mu ebiri nakola hours because bamusasula per hour and that's the method of paying per hour najikopa nenjirete ewange in my theater company we do per hour, we pay per hour, we jano kola mu rehearsal and I found it to be more effective. Omusajja wa kadayana lwakitandise ne muyitako nze speed ya birole sigisobolera ddala. That's one reason I cannot manage to drive these things. Aba inavuga mpola because ekimoroka kibagana nnyo kati obogenda mubeera mabega nawe obo inatambulira ku speed em kakati because we may not be able to do 2 to 3 jobs. We can replicate ourselves. That's why some people obasanga bakola side hustles obane bakola business obutone bali but business obutone bali mumanyi okutta sente z'abantu business obutone bali mumanyi okutta sente z'abantu and that's something that people rarely talk about. I've seen so many people. When I was still growing up, I saw uncles that started businesses. Nakola ya kabala nakola ya kaduka. Nze bakitondeka nenkuyitako. Nze bali bonansobola bayitako se. Kifo kyo kuleka ompiteko kanyongeze kaninyemu ko kaliro. Agent nange nsobola okudduka. You know what's funny? Oyo guy omulala atakukiza kumuyita kongo mulima bega naye moroka webeveri adde bali neyitawo. So anyway, you may not be able to get a second and third job, but you can replicate your skills. This is why it's important kati naddala fe abakuza abaana tubakuze nga balina skill. A skill is something that can be replicated as many times as possible. With a skill, you can have, like accounting is a skill. It's trained, but it's a skill. I'm using an accounting because that's one person that I know that has more than 20 customers. And I know that they can manage their cars because afuna engeri gyagabanyamba customer aba. Nze, lwaki onteka ku speed ya lole? Yeah? Lwaki onteka ku speed ya lole? Bana abantu bwe batisenga mbadde siri ku live abantu bwe bakyabwe nina envuga gye mbavugamu ne baterera mu line nze kati ziri taxi zonna senga ziri maaso naye awuli okufundamu oyitewe afa. Anyway, Benon Kakoza, how are you? Julius Sengoba, nakubuzizaako Serunjoji, how are you? Yaniono, Ricky Chikawa, banaga manyaga mwegakyuse, agamu gampamu obuzibu okusoma. Riga badde very clear cut. It was very easy for me to read. Naye kati gakyuse muko, and that's not, it's not easy for me to read. Gajjamu obu number, negajjamu obu dash, but I hope you guys are okay. Now, per se, yoga might not be the thing that directly brings in money, but your skill and yoga combined. You guys remember how we have been talking about how a car improves, how customers see you, how generally people see you. You get. Now, when you have a car, woba ne moroka, a customer bachuka mu engeri gye bakulaba. Customer yalikuwadde omutwalo, agira n'akuwa emitwalo 3. Why? Because you came with the car, you came driving. Kati abata yagala kuyisaamu maaso because wazze weevuga. I don't know which skills you guys have, But I've seen, for example, we have a design engineer here, Mugarura. Yeah, I think he's Mugarura. Yes, he's an engineer. Search what events you can. Oh, and I've seen guys on TikTok. Abayaya skill electronics, bafundi, engineer, site engineers, for him to visit your site because he drives a car. Then you need to give them consultation and stuff like that. In Uganda, try to twamanyira chintu kya kusaba abantu consultation. Yeah, why? Because it's just not in us. Kati twaite twakimanyira, but then you have to remember why people charge consultations, because they spend money even before they start giving you the service that you want. And normally the money you start spending right now is money you spend because including fuel. N'amafuta nago expense. Eja kati omuntu watandikira spending amafuta kitegeza ino kucharginga consultation. That's one way your car is a money cash machine. A money making thing. Why? Nti ekifo ky'okusaba omuntu omutwalo gw'amafuta kuba gwonedde ayita omutazi tomusaba mutwalo, omusaba mitwalo 3. Ontegeera. And that way the car which cost you 10k has made you 20,000. Kati bw'atalina skill ng'emirimu gy'okola gy'amaanyi, this is the time for you to get a skill. This is the time for you to get a skill. Personally, every time I consult someone, I definitely send them consultation fee. Okujjako nga agigaanye. Okitegeera. The last person I sent money by force, yali guy mechanical hybrid. Guy mechanical hybrid. The first time I consulted him, he refused to take my money. He refused to take my money. Ngagamba athankolera yo video. And for me, my video is much more expensive than the consultation fee that most people charge. So I did not do a video for him. And what I did is that the next time I called him for consultation, I asked him, which names does your number bring? Because I want to pay consultation. So I paid consultation fee by force. Why I pay people consultation is because I also want to be paid consultation. If I know something you don't, you should be able to pay for it. And that's exactly what I do. Kakati. Yes, network is katono now. So, which skill do you have and how can you use your car to make extra money for you? I find that most of the times when I went to visit people, when again I go MC, when I went to consult on something, people would end up giving me 50,000. That's how I made money out of it. And by the way, guys, start commercializing every skill you have. Buli skill yo inaji commercializing. Nebwaba Arthur nga kubidde simu kwebuuzaako ku kintu. Mugambe Arthur, my consultation is this much. These days, when you call me, nga you're not clear about what you want, I give it time nenkuleka n'oyogera nemane ndyoka. Then I introduce the concept of my consultation. Why? Because it's important for people. Abantu ekintu kye bafunira obwerere normally tebakivaluinga. Ekintu kye bafunira obwerere tebatera kivaluinga. So that's why me Kasigena vuga main because main ekwata ngenda kuddayo wali. But do you realize, guys, that by going Kataka, we have actually saved a lot of time and kati okuyimirira n'okugaana ndaba byonna byakigwamu. Kati kubanga gwoganye okuyimirira mpitewo naye ate kajjamu ate ne kakwatira ne kakuyimiriza. Kati ne weesanga. Kale, kansooke ntunule yeno. Sajja wa X-Trader ampadde. Naye I'm going to make a list of cars ze batemanga zikyali mpya. X-Trader ye toppinga list. Ne kuddako Pajero GDI. Is emmotoka bazitema mpya. Nalabye zi Nissan Murano nazo bazitema mpya kansubira ono wa boda alaba indicator mayinza okujja n'amantaala katuviireko tulinyeka n'akasozi ak'abantu abakola exercise. This place sells the children twajjako ogula wano emmotoka and the car was stolen nga teri clear n'akatono era ava bwe emmotoka nabo ne bagikweka kati mwebagayi wano mumanyiiwo. I think this is still Ginger Kalori. You might actually find that the parish up there, the church up there is called Ginger Kalori. Katolabo yo mukyala ali mu kukira. She's doing exercise. Good morning. Chitufu. Kataka sometimes saves times and accident risk on highway. Man, one of the reasons why Chimfuga Kataka said ebisinga is to avoid the accidents that normally happen for highway. For highway moroka nyingi ezibeerako ezizitowereddwa ezina unskilled drivers okitegera naye akataka buli omu kumpi agenda mpola which saves not only accidents. Just seen this car thing. I hadn't. Wama. This is the Ginger Kalori parish. I hadn't really paid attention. Amina nsereko starch neyanziza kandabe oba ka message kazze kati dash ticket yo ya convention weeri wano togamba nti tewajja convention nga ticket weeri Yes, muyombya Mark Dash ya nabo olweza. Anyway guys, namwe mugule ticket mubeko be mugulira ticket Emma ticket ya Martha tonagigula. Emma inzo kunkubolo yesawe no neyogeza ku Martha ngate ebidiru yagwadda. Autism is a serious issue, you people. Before deciding to produce, test for resus. Resus, what is that? During pregnancy, ensure that women take medicine as prescribed by doctors during antenatal. What is resus? Resus. Resus. Rehusi, right? Resus. What is that? Stuart, tell us more. What is resus? By the way, Stuart, explain autism. You can explain autism better than me, these guys. So explain autism to them. Thank you very much. Kali Stuart kasoka banyere autism. Tuleme ku mixinga bintu. So that the comment wenjira bidde and the subject that we are talking about coincides. A lot of people actually don't know autism. You'll be surprised. Good morning, M. Sali. You'll be surprised how many people don't know about autism and how it affects families. Autism affects families and couples. Because the autistic child is a lot of trouble enough, most people keep quiet about the trouble that they get from having an autistic child in their relationship. There are so many people that that are having a lot of trouble in their relationships or in marriages because of the issue of autism. So try as much as possible. Actually, one of the reasons lwaki inze n'ekyokuzaala abaana abalala abangi tekingattira is because abaana bennyina kati bali normal. Okitegeera, if by bad chance ozaala omwana ali abnormal, relationship ye ebeera affected ate nnyo. Hey, Morad K Momo, VIP, good morning. Uliotya. Hey, so Stuart, we are waiting for Stuart Bambi Jangu explain in your words what autism is. Nyizo bana jinyonyode. Nenga from my knowledge, from my point of knowledge, nyizo bache nyonyode checho, but it might actually not be too correct. Okay, Arthur, I took your advice of marketing my business whenever I get a chance. It is now converting clients. Now things are adding up. I mean, a boss dog. I'm glad you took it. Katibera ku broadcast encha otunyonyole what steps you took and what you did. Guys, marketing is a very important thing. Buli wofuna omukisa ogamba abantu kati nange kamba jukize banange I do pre-purchase inspection in case if you're going to buy a car and you need someone to help you make the right choice. I am your guardian angel. I come with a mechanic, and together and if you have another mechanic as well, you can come with them, a mechanic babiri, and together we make sure that we make the right decision. We help you make the right decision to get a car that won't disturb you, a car that will definitely give you value for money. And I charge a small fee, 450,000 shillings. Ezo sente kubaka mafuta gakutambuza kubako ne sente za makanika wange owo gwa musasura bojana ye. Ezo sente only 2 people, you and another person. That means if you're coming with a mechanic and you also want to come with your brother or wife or husband, then you pay an extra 50,000 to make it 500,000 to cover all of you. Kubange bisere ebimu why I limit that. Sometimes we go to look for cars, we sang anti-broker, ayagala okutambula abalage motoka weri. So we leave that space in there, which is the extra seat, because the car is takes 4 passengers. So we made to allow 4 passengers, 3 passengers behind, 1 passenger in front. So we mbere ababiri stays that what's gazamu each for chimu echinzo okugenda mu broker atwala ku motoka. Yeah, I also sell car trackers. A tracker is 350 or 450,000 shillings. Depending on the capabilities. Yeah, the tracker, 450,000. The tracker, 450,000. A Jiraco microphone, so you can call the tracker and listen to the people in the car. Listen to what they are saying. The one for 350 just does the basic stuff, turning off the engine remotely, telling you the real-time location of your car, showing you where your car was in the past and stuff like that. Yeah. You need a SIM card. Yeah, you need a SIM card. I normally recommend you guys get Airtel SIM cards. Yeah, Ninga ne MTN Ekora, but Airtel definitely has been working better for the system. Yeah, or take a tracker. And then by doing these things, this is how I keep the channel running. Yeah, this is how I keep the channel running. Tech for Less 2024, good morning. WAMB Tech, good morning. Ono musajja zina akube ngombe nga mpisa nendowooza oba alagawa kati zaba wali. So anyway guys, Stuart tonajja tunyonyola autism. I'm waiting, Nabasa Stuart, I'm waiting for you to put your comment. But as Stuart is coming, we are talking about how to make sure that your money is cash. Ngemoroka we yenyini ye sente. That's what we're talking about today. And kati jama aliyebwa yise kapite kasubi, I think. Stuart, I'm giving you some more seconds or to tell you what autism is in your words. Just from what you explained up there. Olabikanga autism omutegera okunsinga. Come and explain, then tugende maaso ne topic ka. kukozesa n'osumagira n'okusukukanga kumase amakagala n'egenti n'egala sente wakufuna kukozesa n'osumagira n'okusukukanga kumase oyagala mbe fikyesiri otabutenze osobete buli wose okutute n'osabanga ezakulese nakulese wemtikuwa osasironekakalinde kyekolete nikubuse totampeze era kubase mwana muwala kugamba kwagala nayengenzi ayagala sente iwakukwatako nakukozesa n'osumalira n'okusukukanga kubase kwagala nayengenzi ayagala sente iwakukwatako nakukozesa n'osumalira n'okusukukanga kubase Walabira mutima gwange sitoba to make my life easy to find another to follow when tagenda kujja tugamba Matovu Derek, good morning. Albert Kayondo, good morning. Mwebale kukeera obudde bw'obasibula n'obulabika butuuse it's 53 minutes na ye Mr. Arthur, as someone who is enthusiastic with my events, my first car will not only help me with moving from point A to B, but also moving my ashes. I get someone who wants airport drop. Aha! Kati awo kirabye. Then I also find the other thing that people have done, like Nastach Warimu events. I find that the people in events have been doing bemmanyiko ntitagula moroka yakwevuga yiye agule moroka ngekole ebintu bibiri. For example, Starch asobola okusalawo nti agenda gula moroka za buyonjo n'asalawo nti ye agenda gula moroka za luxury nga wabaawo embaga bagipangisa naye nga naye ajevuga. There is a guy I know, I think he used to have aina disco, ye abeeranga nnyo mu disco kati ng'agula ebimoroka ebitategereka bi Chrysler ebyo kugamba ng'ekimoroka omuntu bw'akirengerera eri kiba very unique. So kati ye ng'agula agamoroka agatategerekeka gabeeraga left hand drive naye nga kibeera nga kiri very nice pajero agatategerekeka abantu ge batayagala gula nga ye gaagula. Why did he buy those cars is because these guys abachacha abalokolelokole abo, most of the times those people abalokolelokole bwe babanga bagenda okukola charge okukola embaga tebaba na sente. Now this is not to be offensive, tebaba na sente kati baba beetagayo ebimoroka ebirabikanga baba ina sente nga bakola embaga. Kati agamotoka gaago yagagulanga milioni 8, 9, 9 kati nga gaba ga layisi. Okitegeera olw'okuba gaba ga layisi nga asobola obeera with over 10 cars ne bibeera waawo mu compound. Kati abantu abajja opangisa disco nga bagamba no, but I even have cars zisobola okuwerekera abagenyi. Kati nga beera ne bi Chrysler ebyo ebiri bijagwajagwa. Okitegeere kati nga ebimoroka ebyo omuntu wabiteekako ribbon abagole batambula. So that's just something that I saw someone do. Nga tabeera na moroka zaffe zino Rawumu, Alfadia nga bw'aba agenda kugula van, he buys the Benz, ebyo bivani bya Benz n'agula ga van ga Volkswagen ago. Osege nga abeera n'ebyo ebimoroka kati nga bibeera waawo nga bibeera unique nga abembaga bakola ki babipangisa. Oli bw'abeera n'emperekezeeze ba Metroni, Bestmani nga bivani ebyo bikaravani ebyo bibeerawo nga 3. Okitegeera bibeerawo nga 3 kati nga bali bapangisa emperekezeza nkazitambulire muno nga etapangisa sente nyingi nga mupeye emitwalo 15 munagula amafuta mupeye 15 driver mu 5. Okitegeera kati ngoli akubamu akafaananyi getting a van like this I'd have to pay 400,000, 350, but I'm getting it at 200,000 ngebeera cheap nga ate eri unique gabasasula. So he would make his money like that. Before he knew it, ngatanise ngafunye tent, ngafunye obutebe, n'agaziza dakatulaba nga ogwo gumoroka go crown. Google. Ogulaba. It's unique. Kati abalokole abataba na sente embaga abamusondedde ensondere. Bobera ne bi crown nga bina. Omugatuula mu koji wulire. Gatula mbu ati agenda okulaba makazi wo anatambuliramu. Gabimukolera. So that's an idea. So obera ne imoroka ngoina imoroka ziri mu milioni 4. Nenga in actual sense ngo badogula Toyota wali bade mu milioni nga 12. Okitegeere nenga ate sente zezikolera Toyota teyinza zikola. That's in events. So guys, you can think about the lines where you are going mu business mori, which angle you can take to make sure that your car or cars are actually money machines. Will buy my wish as a business goes on, will buy super custom kanta. Anti kati nkugambye stash jobo otunula. Nkugambye oyinza okusala emoroka ezikuseeza n'otandika okuzivaamu n'oyingira ebimoroka ebyo ebitategeerekeka. Okitegeera yingira emoroka ebitategeereka nga engeri gy'oli mu events omuntu omutegekera omukolo ng'omuganda n'emoroka z'emperekeze enzirina bagenda okulaba ng'ojjayo jagwa 4 nga buli jagwa agigula 8. Okitegeera maintenance abawa bbeeyi, but the thing with wedding cars emoroka z'embaga tezigenda wala. Ebeera bwe babeera ate zigenda mpola. Kane bw'ogula kijjagwa ne bwe kiba kifu kisobola okutambula ne kiva ku church ne kigenda ku reception. Kyobula bantu abantu aba events basobola okubeera n'ezo emmoroka ezo benzi ebeera afunga ne giya tekyusa naye nga avuga n'ava e Rubaga ku church ne bagenda ku Jacaranda Garden. Bwe ku Jacaranda emmoroka z'abagole we zibaleka ne zidda ku office. Kati okuva ku Jacaranda paka ku office ne bwefa nga mukanika paka bwetuka ku office. So that's the thing. That's how people survive in Uganda. Kati when I say things like that, omuntu ali e Bulaaya oba omuntu ali yasoma nnyo ebitabo alaba nga Arthur byayogera tabimanyi. Nange ebintu ebimu sisobola bikola, but that's how people survive. That's how people survive. Ne babeerawo. Okitegeera. Now, there's another example that probably abantu batamanya abantu ba surviving on business. Omuntu abeerawo kati, for example, there are two people bemanya bali mu disco. Disco stage. Naye nga surviving mu disco because the UK ayinayo omuntu. Kati oli omuntu e UK agenda amuguliza ebizindaala ebikadde kulayisi jukira ebikadde bye UK biba bipye Kampala n'abigula naye packaging ng'ebipya n'amukwera ne receipt ne bijja kati ono ekyebbeeyi kyakola kusasula musolo because the taxes on new speakers ojja kisanga eri waggulu. Ekyebbeeyi kyakola kusasula musolo kati n'abeera n'ebidongo nga bingi gwe n'ova eno n'olowooza bizinesi y'ebidongo ekola nnyo kumbe oli bizinesi y'ebidongo emukola because ayina hack. Their hack is to get or from Canada or from wherever they get them. Can we know English business? Business. It's one of the reasons why abantu abatunda ebyuma bya disco watch kati bayina disco. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. People that sell machines for sound, discotheques and stuff, they don't actually have discotheques themselves. Why? Because the actual business of the discotheque takes much more than you owning speakers. And if you don't know what it takes, let me go back. Abantu abakola tent z'emikolo, the tent makers don't actually hire out tents. Because the business of hiring out tents takes much more than actually tents. After me too, I do carpentry. We are located in Mitiana. Come and visit for all your furniture needs. All right, Savage, Amina. What kind of furniture do you do though? Amina Robert says igenange ne Robert wankola bubi bana ekamba lopere ono Robert mumulaba tuyine moroka je twagula naye nga nungi. I've never actually Robert, I've been inspecting cars. I've never seen a car that is in the condition that your car was in at the budget we bought it. Munange Robert nga atuka nga agende e Bulaaya nga ngamba athe moroka yange njitunda nagiparkinze na ngenda kuwe naba y'omuntu nafuna n'omuntu agigula wane gwe nalingenda ko ya inspection nkubira Robert nga yewambye peza Robert message ku WhatsApp Robert nga agana nga angry king Robert wankola bubi nnyo. You are not good Robert. Robert nonya ba sponsor mukimanyi ngenda murare era ndi mukola practice naye baba ndi muzibu kati okujja ko omuntu andoge bulozi kigere kizitowe oba kiweuke naye wendi wano ati auto show ya Saturday ku auto show ngena baba bubi But nange nkwagala nnyo webale. Houston, how are you? Houston, basoma Houston. Sechitoleko oteka kuba sechitoleko Norman. Banet, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Katinze owaba fudde. How will I monetize? Asha case. Gato go waba fudde moroka ekola ku mbaga. Kyoba okola guleba fudde ndala 3 oba 2. Kata obera convoy y'abagolo ogimaze. Omugolo omukazi aina watambulira, omugolo omusajja aina watambulira, n'emperekeze zaabwe zina bwe zitambulira. Ogulayo bafudde ndala 2. The thing with wedding with convoys, tosobola kola convoy ya motoka emu. Okitegeera then go waba fudde osobola ogipangisa n'abaana ba video. Abaana ba video basasula emitwalo 15 2 okozesa emmotoka mu video. That's how much they pay. Okitegeera. I think those are the two ways that you can monetize. Naira go waba fudde, I don't know what your profession is. Go waba fudde sente zebawa Arthur or Aractis in mafuta. Size wo waba fudde bwabagenzo consulting. I don't know what line of business you are in, but I am sure in any line of business you are in, bogendo vuga bafudde yo. Osera. Guys, muloza situso basibula. Arthur omulogo ne bwaloga. Munaye Safiri. Skiru jenyina nengeri abasajja gye batiddemu. Arthur ayingira agenda okuyingira jimukana tuwedde ffe. Of course waliwo abanyoma baga Arthur tamanyi motoka, and that's precisely why I'm entering the jimukana, because nalaba abana basubaru ate bote bamanyidde ddala motoka. Kati abwe tunaamala awo ntandika okunganya sente zigenda ogula emmotoka egenda oyingira jimukana ezo. Sigenda yingira laale abadde wakataka. Laale y'abadde wakataka nja jiyingira ng'abaana bakuze. Naye kati zino ezawano zino ezobera ku track ezo zongera ziyingira. Ne okunaba kugula Ferrari nja jigula. So a guy, whatever it is, you may not be able to get your actual car nga start wa inzo kola. To get your actual car or jitekewo ekole sente directly. But indirectly, every person emoroka yesobola kola sente. That's why it's important that we look at value delivered than resale value when we are buying cars. Okitegeera nti ekifo ky'okugula akamoroka akatidi ng'obala resale value. Lwaki toguze emmoroka esobola okukola eby'amaanyi okusinga akamoroka akatini? Richard K. Z. Guys, all your names change, but apparently Search has told me the names are going to go back in 14 days. Yeah, katuzilinde buliziddeko. Arthur, I have your client here. He is fixed on Benz C200. We even revisited your video, Nekasim mechanic wa Benz, but the sound wasn't good those days like now. We are both coming. Bambi. don't sikutegedde. Chairman Zach. Nzekasa consultation ebeera usibainako buzibu. Etegera nzireyo tukole video ndala Nekasim the Benz mechanic ya sound omulungi. Kale. Ngenda kibakolera Kasim the Benz mechanic. Ate kyemanyi ne convention agenda kubaawo. Mwe bagay, everyone that is still wanting to buy German machines, mujje ku convention. This is the chance you have to talk to German mechanics. Bababulira amazima, bababulira risk factors ezijja with you buying German machines. Mujje ku convention. Any car. And by the way, guys, there was a confusion. I was talking to these guys Muchimeza, Mujukire. They think that the Love for Cars convention is actually the same as these other car events. The Love for Cars convention is different from all those car events. How? The Love for Cars convention doesn't target abasajja abavuga Subaru, abasajja abavuga Rally, nabo basobola okujja. But the convention is not for those people. The convention is for people like you. Gwe agenda ogula emmoroka yeesooka, gwe ali ku mmoroka ye ey'okubiri, gwe ayagala okubeera n'emmoroka nga tekusumbwa, nga ne bw'eba ekusumbwa ng'omanyi wawo dda. Gwe ayagala okufuna mechanic ali reliable, gwe ayagala okumanya spare omutuufu owalaisi tumugulawa. People like you, otegera, people that want to learn more about cars, people that don't want to get ripped off, and of course people that want to have fun with other people that love cars. We have a panel eyaba mechanic twagitegesedda. These mechanics are going to be there to share knowledge, to share car knowledge that they would not originally share anywhere else. Otegera, on that day we are going to have fun games. No car event has given you this kind of fun. No car event has given you this chance to kind of network with other car lovers, with mechanics, with spare parts suppliers and stuff like that. And this is the chance that you are definitely going to get convention, and even the food is catered for. Kwekyo ekisika ekyo kwegenda okubeera emmere yo, so teri kujja ate ogenda ogula emmere okujjako nga toyagadde emmere yaffe nga nnungi nnyo ng'ekususseeko oyagala kulya ku mmere embiibibi. But what we have planned there is definitely going to be enough. Innocent Agumenitwe, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Nenga ntuuse obasiibula bantu bange. Whatever you do, guys, you can turn your car into money. Your car can be money. Those are angles that we really look at. One thing that I've personally when I moved to Matuga, I realized that fuel was bound to become a problem, and I found ways to make sure that fuel doesn't become a problem for me at any one moment. And fuel is not a problem even up to now. But then I discovered that what if I save the extra money that I use for fuel? And that's why I'm looking at the hybrid. Maze bangari angina soma hybrid, trying to figure out hybrid, the risk factors that come with the hybrid. And I think right now I am good. I can definitely manage whatever bad thing that can come with the hybrid. It's a marathon chokati. So I'm looking for over the weekend someone got me 2 fielders bata obamba buliko, and I discovered that most of them kati abatunda they were fielders and they were really good, and esente ze batunda kumbambulako $5,000,000 ate fune hybrid empya mu bond kati nzate sinza gula moroke emaze myaka 3 ku kubo ne bwe bannamu etya sinza gula moroke emaze myaka 3 ku kubo. Excuse me. Sinza jigula sente nambulako $5,000,000, especially a car like a hybrid, because hybrid eyo giraba hybrid bwetala okulya sente nyingi, so it's better no jigulanga. So now I'm going back to the market this week to look at the hybrids that are there ndabe kichenzi zaako. Cleo Karungi, shall we have a live that day? Yes, event agenda kubeera streamed live agenda beera streamed, but abantu abali ba member bagenda bebali likely okulaba live stream eyo. So it means boba tosasudde ticket ya convention goyagala laba live, then this is the chance for you to actually start being a member by paying 10k a month, 10k a month, 10k a month. Nga Paul sema boya kozi nga Morad Kemo mu bwakola ba VIP bonna be muna basasula omutwalo ogwo. So guys, kamba sibule nsobole okuba akataka dash 256 ticket yo ngenda weza start receipt nenga dash nawe you text me nkuweze receipt, a copy of that receipt, because that's what you'll present of sort of a ticket wali abana batanagula ticket za convention abatanagula ticket za convention the number jogenda okubako osobola ogamba why njide ticket number is 0760 045 116. That's the number ekwasaganya ebintu bya event. Omukyalo oyo mukubire omugambe njagala kubookinga ticket ya convention, ajja kugamba bwa woteeka sente ezo okitegeera, ajja kugamba woteeka sente za convention ate ekyo kigwe atera bwonomala akuweereza receipt. Oyo mukyala yaweereza receipt. How do I pay? Clio, you pay using your Visa card. You need oba woboina you can use the Airtel Visa, you can use apps like Eversend, and once you have a payment payment method put on your Google account, which most of you guys already have, you can say use Google Pay. You can use Google Pay to pay for membership. Vale guys, kamba siwule 1 hour 10 minutes. Muyombia Mark, David Klaje, Zas David Klaje, VIP Ronald Muchwa, Muyombia Mark nkogedeko Clio Karungi, Henry Modern Juice Nyenje Henry, Chitya Dave, Nabasa Stewart, Seneko Starch, Kennedy UK, Chiwanuka, Medad, Sekamate, Savage, Paul Sema VIP, Musa Goon, Richard K, Richard Aki, Mukisa Emma Kafero, Michael UG, Asha Keith, Charisima Rogers, Chisambira Daniel Frederick VIP, Juma Ali, Musime Kim Job, Serunjoji Isa, Julius Sengoba, Benon Kakoza, Ricky Chikawa, M. Sali Uji, Houston DJ, Lubega Shafik, Balvids, Lubura Chris Fitness, Samuel Ntare, Were Martin, Nabasa, okay, Morad K Momo VIP, Boss Dog, Tech for Less 2024, WAMV Tech, Matovu Derek. Innocent Agumenitwe. Aha. Use computer is better for paying. It's easier than the phone. Okay. Paul sema abagame mkolese computer to pay. So log into your account on your browser, Google Chrome probably. Yeah, and then you pay using your PC. Nabali Mukamori, Chairman Zach, yeah, definitely. I don't take you for granted. Thank you very much. But guys, thank you very much for choosing to spend your morning. Wano, Mwadibade Muliza radio show somewhere, Mwadibade Mulaba TV somewhere, but you choose to be with me here. Thank you very much. I don't take you for granted. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Babs, yes, mbade sikulabye. Dumba Collins, mbade sikulabye. Nzilemu masomere namba ya convention. It is 0760 045 116. The number for you to call and pay for the convention. Now, I also know people that would love to come and have stalls for convention. You can also call that number. The number is 0760 045 116. 0760 045 116. That number, Yobokubako, to find a way to book for the convention and other things. May the good Lord bless you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.